afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Thursday with our new employee.
Oh, you don't recognize me?
Oh, it's Brady. I didn't recognize you at first.
New and improved.
Glad you're here.
I forgot my razor. I'm glad that you're here, too.
If you have a pet question, we are going to ask you to email the question for Dr. Carrie Donahue, who will be on later. It's tips@channel3000.com. If you have a pet question, email us now, and then we'll get your answer coming up later.
Send them on in.
But first, top in our news today, new disturbing details into the newsroom today in what prosecutors called one of the most horrific sexual assaults in recent memory.
And the Wisconsin drought is affecting all of us in different ways. Catherine Merck headed to the pumpkin patch to get to the root of the problem.
And we break down what you should know now that the Narcan is available over the counter. But first, topping our news today, $1 million. That's the cash bail a court commissioner set for Brandon Thompson, the man who is now formally charged in the sexual and physical assault of a UW student.
Armand Rahman shows us why prosecutors are calling this case one of the most horrific sexual assaults they've ever seen in Dane County. Armand?
Mark and Brady, court documents say the attack left the woman with a grade 2 traumatic brain injury, bleeding of the brain, and on a feeding tube. She has occasionally woken up, but when she has, she's been very confused. Now, the officers responding to the attack around 3 a.m. Sunday called her injuries one of the most horrifying things they've seen. At the hospital, she also showed injuries signifying sexual assault. Police found and arrested Thompson later at Meriter Hospital, and he allegedly admitted to, quote, wanting to hit something, seeing red, and that he, quote, could have sexually assaulted her that night.
What's alleged here, the violence is just shocking. It's appalling. I don't know that I need to comment as to whether I think this is the worst sex assault I've ever seen. Obviously, I've seen too many of them over the last 23 years.
But according to the criminal complaint, a DNA analyst with the Wisconsin State Crime Lab said he located semen on all 6 swabs taken below the woman's waist, and they were consistent with Thompson's DNA. And the district attorney's office asked the court commissioner initially to hand down a $2 million cash bail because they believe Thompson is too great of a threat to public safety. Meanwhile, his defense asked for a $10,000 bond because they say he is a college grad with no criminal record. For now in downtown Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. Let's take a look outside. What a change in the weather.
It's feeling fall-like a little bit.
You're not going to say it's quite ducky out there?
Well, I thought I'd give you a break. I've put you through enough.
Pretty nice are the weather words.
It is.
Jacob's in the backyard, refreshing compared to the last few weeks around here.
Yeah, it certainly feels a lot more like fall today. In fact, it's actually a little bit chilly out here. Right now, we are seeing mostly cloudy skies, but we have seen a few peaks of sunshine today. But take a look at these temperatures, pretty much all in the 60s. We do have a 70 in Janesville, but a big difference from just a couple of days ago. Now, looking at just 24 hours ago, we are certainly a lot colder, especially in the eastern half of our area. Places to the west were kind of already in the 60s at this time yesterday, so that's why you don't see as big of a temperature change west. But it's also important to point out that this time yesterday was about 10 degrees colder than this time Tuesday. So we've had this gradual decrease in temperatures, and right now, like I mentioned, in the 60s, certainly a lot different from just a few days ago, especially over Labor Day weekend. Current wind speeds are pretty calm. We did have a few times where the winds got pretty gusty, especially last night, but it looks like the winds are going to calm down for the evening and tomorrow. Current radar very clear. Like I mentioned, we are seeing a lot of clouds, but we have had a few peaks of sunshine. During the evening, it will be a bit chilly at times with temperatures dropping into the lower 60s, and we're going to continue to see variable cloudy skies. For tonight, we'll see low temperatures dropping into the mid 50s, so a little bit cooler than the last couple of nights, but not too far from average. I'll talk more in detail about the forecast for the rest of the week and tell you the next chance of rain. I'll have those details coming up later in the show.
All right, Jacob, thank you. As we mentioned, it is finally cooling down and starting to feel more September-like in our area. This is coming off one of the driest summers we've seen.
Catherine Merck shows us how one farmer in our area took the time to make sure your front steps look better than ever this fall.
It's almost that time of year to bring your family to a local farm and bring home a pumpkin to turn into a jack-o'-lantern this season. However, one business in our area had to take some extra steps to make sure that was able to happen.
So these pumpkins were planted late May, early June, which was the height of the drought.
Like everything that grows, pumpkins need water. When they don't get enough, it can change the size and the shape of the crop. At Enchanted Valley Acres in Cross Plains, they were following this summer's rainfall trends. The farm adjusted to make sure the pumpkins weren't the thing looking spooky this year.
Most of the time you can put seeds in the ground and Mother Nature does her part and takes care of them, but this year, not at all. So it took effort and time away from other things we could have been doing on the farm here, but that's just part of farming.
Here at Enchanted Valley Acres, they're getting ready to open for the season this Saturday. Reporting from Cross Plains, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Well, as incoming college freshmen have now left home for the first time, parents are helping them prepare for the many new challenges of managing their lives. Many kids who go to college don't go where they grew up, and they don't know where to go for medical help. Dr. Richard Nye, a primary care provider at SSM Health in the Monroe Clinic Medical Group, says it's important for kids to know if they're sick and where to seek help.
If you take your temperature, you got a fever of about 100.5, you can probably tough through it. If it's 103.5, probably a good time to go in and seek help. These are instances where you can call your parents and ask what they think, or there are plenty of online triage resources where you can call in and they can kind of help you guide that decision.
The last tip Dr. Nye had for students was stay calm and breathe.
A Madison man who was arrested in connection with one of 2 deadly crashes that occurred within hours of each other along West Washington Avenue last month now faces charges of homicide. Online court records show 25-year-old Alex C. Young was charged with homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle, homicide by use of a vehicle with a prohibited alcohol concentration, and homicide by negligent operation of a vehicle. During an initial appearance today, Young's signature bond was set at $500 per case. As a condition of his bond, he must submit to remote alcohol monitoring, cannot possess or consume alcohol, and can't operate a motor vehicle.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved the sale of Narcan over the counter back in March. The antidote to opioid overdose is starting to appear on retail shelves and online in the U.S. this week.
Ivan Rodriguez joins us to explain what this means for fighting the opioid epidemic and why some health experts say everyone should keep this medication in their first aid kits at home. Ivan?
There have been more than 1 million drug overdose deaths in the U.S. since 1999.
The chances are somebody you know and love does drugs.
The widespread use of synthetic opioids exacerbating the crisis.
You really need every tool that's available right now.
One key tool, the Narcan-branded naloxone nasal spray, is now available over the counter following approval by the FDA earlier this year.
Narcan, and I have some here, is a medication that is just so easily sprayed up the nose and can reverse an opioid overdose within minutes.
Dr. Scott Hadland says this can be the new avenue for families of young adults struggling with addiction.
We are actually at a point in the crisis where each week the equivalent to a high school classroom of teenagers dies from overdoses. And most of those overdoses are actually happening in people's homes. So there's the potential for a parent or other loved one to be able to respond.
But at a suggested retail price of $44.99 for 2 doses, some advocates worry the price point is too high. However, Emergent Biosolutions, Narcan's manufacturer, says the company is lowering the cost for community groups, first responders, as well as state and local governments, while some insurance and state Medicaid programs also cover the full cost of the life-saving medication. Though not a solution to the opioid epidemic, advocates are hopeful this is a big step in the right direction.
The more that we can do to normalize rescuing people who have experienced an overdose, the more we're going to help this crisis.
In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Last week, we introduced Wisconsin Huddle, the sports show that will bring you closer to the heart of the action than ever before. Hosted by News 3 Now sports director Zach Hanley, Wisconsin Huddle features interviews with the biggest names in Wisconsin Badger sports, game highlights, and access to the players and the coaches. Head coach Luke Fickell was known for his 106-match winning streak in high school wrestling. So we asked Braylon Allen how he would do in a wrestling match with Coach Fickell.
Yeah. He was very good in wrestling in high school. I was too, but obviously I didn't wrestle my whole career, but I'm always going to take myself.
I think we're good.
Oh, tune into the Wisconsin Huddle every Friday at 6:30 p.m. right after News 3 Now at 6.
And for millions of diehard football fans across the country, tonight's kickoff of the NFL season is practically a national holiday. The defending Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs, are back in action at home against the Detroit Lions. And while the NFL season always takes a strange bounce or two, many sports pundits still have the Chiefs as the team to beat.
Well, they've been here before. They have the experience. They've won a Super Bowl. They understand what it takes. You have Andy Reid, a future Hall of Fame coach. You have Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback.
Is that all? All 32 NFL teams have the same goal, to make it to Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58 on February 11th, a game you can watch right here on News 3 and CBS.
Well, look at that. Something to look forward to.
Absolutely. Well, it's a chance to have a great time and raise money for a great cause at the same time.
We'll preview this year's Roomba for Rainbow event and find out more about the Rainbow Project when Live at 4 continues.
At Berkshire Automotive, we have a non-commissioned sales team, which is a polite way to say we don't really care whether you buy a practical Equinox, the rugged Silverado, or the speedy new Corvette. You've been told no before? Join the Berkshire Automotive family for the yes.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhoffels. Right now, save up to $900 on Beautyrest adjustable base sets. Beautyrest queen mattresses start at only $399. And when you upgrade to a Beautyrest Black, you'll get $300 in Steinhoffels cash, plus a $100 MasterCard rewards card. Beautyrest Black queen mattresses start at just $44 per month when you use Steinhoffels' special 72-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Labor Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
At Berkshire Automotive, we're so serious about saying yes to your trade-in, we challenge you to bring us a no. We accept crazy things like old cowboy boots and an old office chair, even that old junkie you didn't think would make it to the parking lot. Join the Berkshire Automotive family for the yes.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Homeowners in parts of the country are facing a difficult side effect of climate change.
Property insurance companies have been pulling out of some communities hardest hit by extreme weather. California and Florida are high on that list, with insurers cutting back or discontinuing new policies. Some carriers are raising rates or declining to renew contracts, even after collecting premiums for years. The Senate Banking Committee held a hearing today where consumer advocates described the challenges, especially in supporting affordable housing.
In our previous renewal, we had 4 carriers that worked with us on our property and casualty. 3 of those walked away and left us with a single carrier and basically a take or leave it on the premiums.
For companies to just take their chips off the table without warning and walk away is unacceptable, especially after the industry resisted calls for climate risk analysis for years.
Consumer advocates say it's a national problem, and some of the highest insurance prices are in the Midwest, which faces tornado and hail risks.
New applications for unemployment benefits dropped last week to 216,000. That's down 13,000 from the prior week's revised total, remaining near pre-pandemic levels and showing the labor market is still tight. Claims have risen since the beginning of the year, but have hovered near the 2019 average of about 218,000 for several months. Continuing claims, people seeking an additional week of unemployment benefits, fell by 40,000 to 1.68 million in the week ending August 26th. Those figures come with a one-week lag.
Stocks were mixed on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials added 57 points, but the Nasdaq dropped 123 points as Apple's losses deepen as fears grow over China's iPhone curbs. The S&P 500 was off 14. Well, are you ready to rumba? Every year, the Rainbow Project comes together with the Madison community to put on a Rumba for Rainbow, an incredible night of music, salsa dancing, awards, a silent auction, and lots of fun.
Oh boy, Executive Director of the Rainbow Project, Cheryl Cato, joins us along with Ashiante Collier-Slayton, the Community Outreach Coordinator with the Rainbow Project. Welcome both of you.
Welcome both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, what an exciting thing. Just explain for anyone who's not familiar, what is the Rainbow Project?
The Rainbow Project is a nonprofit agency, and we work with young children and families who've experienced trauma. So we have a variety of programs and services that are really helping families recover from trauma. So it's a full range of definitions of trauma, and that could be child abuse or neglect. It could be serious loss, separation, grieving. It could be a serious accident. It could be domestic violence. It could be a whole host of trauma experiences, and everyone really responds differently. But we want to focus on younger children because with brain development research, it really is an opportune time. It may be more devastating, but it also is an opportunity to turn things around.
Shani, what kind of help do you provide for these clients?
We provide mental health support. We try to help with other things that come with that, like housing, finding resources for housing, anything else that they may need that would help them get over that hump that they need.
Did you see the increase during the pandemic?
Yes.
Yeah, I would assume so.
We provide parent education, really that full scope of tailoring it for an individual family and child. So it sometimes is 2 or 3 generations, and really having an impact on the generational cycles also, and really stopping that, because it can be devastating. And it's a full range. It could be more physical health that trauma impacts, or academic performance. So depression, anxiety, all those things during COVID really did escalate, and so we really have had, unfortunately, a waiting list, and so are really eager to have the community be aware and celebrate success, because it's also very difficult to ask for help and to start that process. So we want to destigmatize mental health, and I think that that's happening in our society.
Well, the Rumba for Rainbow event, it's a fun event that people can look forward to help this important cause. So what can people expect this year?
Well, lots of fun.
It's a really fun event. They can expect lots of dancing, there's a dress competition that's really fun to watch. We have dancers from all around the world that come and compete and show off their talents for everyone.
I think I recognize her.
I think it's Leah Lynch.
Yeah.
So this is being judged?
Yeah.
The amateur dancers?
Yes.
Yes.
They put a lot of work into this, don't they?
They do, and we really do want to commend and thank the dance studios who are giving their time. It really is a collaborative, and the talents here at Channel 3 are quite outstanding, and it really does help to see the collaboration that the community is coming together, and we really do appreciate that.
Yeah, people enjoy being able to see the community members interact and be able to be closer to them.
And the professional dancers too, that's got to be spectacular to watch.
It is.
So it's tomorrow night?
Yes, it is.
Tickets still available?
Standing room only, but we may be able to fit folks in. We're excited with the response. We were a little worried. We never assume. And we really are excited to have folks join us.
Well, it's for a spectacular cause, that's for sure, and a lot of fun tomorrow night. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for this opportunity.
You're welcome. Still to come at 4, do you think our current cool down is dramatic?
Well, hey, it's nothing like September of 1955. We'll find out more as we go beyond the barometer coming up.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
If you have heart disease and are on a statin, lowering cholesterol can be hard. Diets and exercise add to the struggle. Today, it's possible to go from struggle to cholesterol success with Leqvio. With a statin, Leqvio is proven to lower bad cholesterol by over 50% and keep it low with 2 doses a year. Common side effects were injection site reaction, joint pain, urinary tract infection, diarrhea, chest cold, pain in legs or arms, and shortness of breath. Ask your doctor about twice-yearly Leqvio. Lower, longer Leqvio.
You know, people always ask me, Kevin, what does being the CEO of Cash Backing mean to you? It means cash back in every opportunity. Could you cash back on this?
Like I wouldn't cash back.
Cash backing by the basket. I see you. Oh, I dreamt you didn't cash back this flight. Oh, good. If you're buying it, flying it, or whining and dining it, then you gotta be cash backing. Come on now. Cash back on everything you buy with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
Anybody that knows me here knows that I'm always focused on the customer first. I want to make sure that we don't have to worry about this door next year, the year after that. I'm not an actor at all. Here at Precision, we're here for you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you. Thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Well, take a look at this. An unexpected guest was spotted in a Kentucky lake, and it had local birdwatchers tickled pink. Residents of West Liberty were surprised to see this lone flamingo in their area, so far from more tropical locales like Florida, where the species is mostly native in the U.S. Some suspect the birds may have escaped north to places like Kentucky and Ohio after being diverted by Hurricane Idalia.
So they're just on a little vacation.
Just get out of the way.
You know, sometimes you need a little time on the water.
Up in Kentucky?
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
Maybe it's warm there.
Definitely is.
Nicer weather on here, for me anyway.
Yeah, it definitely feels like fall, and for the most part that's going to continue, but we do have some chances of rainfall. I'll have the details right after the break.
To update your furniture, Menards is your one-stop shop with all of the latest furniture styles at the lowest prices. Plus a great selection in stock, ready to take home today. So go ahead, relax in a recliner, get cozy in a love seat, or simply unwind with a comfy sofa. Need more seats? We've got sectionals too. Get 11% off on the entire Scotty furniture sets. Hurry in. These deals won't last long.
Save big
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time, long live dreams, and long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali, and long live life.
The Bulls Bands and Barrels Tour invades the Alliant Energy Center on Saturday, September 16th, featuring bull riding, barrel racing, ultimate bullfighting, with a live performance by Riley Green. Bulls Bands and Barrels Tour, Saturday, September 16th, 7 p.m. at the Alliant Energy Center.
Hello, I'm Tommy Van Ness from the Tommy Van Ness Realty Group. For over a decade, thousands of people have turned to Tommy Van Ness Realty to buy or sell their home. Because we are more than your realtor, we're your partner.
If you list with us and take advantage of our extensive marketing, everyone will know your home is for sale.
The Tommy Van Ness Realty team is working hard for you. Call Tommy Van Ness today at 608-395-7375. Why settle for less? Call Tommy Van Ness.
You got me. Tag. You're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. For the guarantee of high-quality promotional items delivered on time, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, the drought monitor was released today and areas continue to get worse. Portions of Crawford, Richland, Sauk, and Juneau counties are now under exceptional drought, which is level 5 out of 5. So now we're getting into pretty unprecedented territory with the drought. And although we have some rain in the forecast, certainly not enough, especially if we're talking exceptional drought, which is very uncommon. Now, looking at the 3 things you need to know, temperatures are going to be cool. We also are going to be cloudy throughout the day and into the evening hours. We also are going to see some temperatures warm up as we head into Friday and Saturday, but still expected to be near or right around average. Now, looking at the forecast for tonight, we'll see lows in the mid-50s, so a bit cooler than the last couple of nights, but not too far off from the average. Places up north may drop into the 40s, so it will be a bit chilly, especially compared to the last couple of nights as we've been saying. For tomorrow, it's going to be very nice. We'll see high temperatures in the lower 70s, but areas to the south and also especially to the east may only see highs in the 60s. Although it will be warmer than what it is today, it will still be chilly at times, and considering the highs are in the lower 70s, a lot of the day we will be in the 60s. So definitely dress a little bit warmer again tomorrow, although we are going to see a lot more sunshine tomorrow compared to today. As we head into the weekend, we're going to see a lot of sunshine for Saturday with temperatures pretty nice. Highs will be in the mid-70s, also mid-70s for Sunday, but we are going to see a bit more cloud cover for Sunday. And then late Sunday is when we will see some rain move into our area. So right now we're seeing very dry conditions, a lot of clouds, but not a lot of rainfall. Now, we're not expected to see rainfall for the rest of this week. As I mentioned, we'll see a lot more sunshine for your Friday and Saturday as well, and then Sunday is when we could possibly be seeing some showers and storms. They'll move into our area from the northwest and continue to spread into our area throughout the night Sunday and into Monday. Now, right now it does look like we will see more showers rather than storms, but some storms could definitely fire. This is still several days out, so some things could change, but it does look more and more likely that we will see potential rain late Sunday and Monday, as well as Tuesday as well, where we could see more showers across our area. But Monday's the best chance to see some rainfall. It does look like it will also clear out of our area by Wednesday morning. Look at the precipitation totals. Actually, I am running out of time, so I'm going to skip this graphic, but overall, we're not expecting to see a ton of precipitation. Now, looking at the 7-day forecast, we're going to see temperatures remain in the 60s and 70s. Once the rain moves through, we'll be back in the 60s. And then for the end of next week, we'll see temperatures in the 70s once again. It's looking also pretty dry for the middle and end of next week, but it is going to be very nice. Although we could use some more rainfall in terms of the actual conditions, especially if you like the cooler temperatures, the next 10 days are going to be very nice.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is with us now as we go beyond the barometer one more time. We're going back to September of 1955.
September of 1955. The second week of September, it was a very interesting time because, you know, we've seen some big swings in the temperatures, a couple of cool nights, and then we had the heat wave this past weekend. Now temperatures are turning cool again. That's nothing compared to what happened in 1955. So let's take a look at what the setup was. So it was a hot summer leading into the first part of September. We had 35 days of 90-degree high temperatures or better just in July and August alone. Wow. I mean, normally we have, I think, like 14 or 15 days a year, and we had the equivalent of over a month of 90-degree plus days. 4 of those days, the temperatures hit 100 degrees. We had 3 record high temperatures in July, 3 more in August. There probably would be more. Several of those days were in the upper 90s, but it was just, they happened to occur on days where the record highs were in the triple digits back from the hot summers of 1934 and 1936. And it was quite dry in August. We only had 1.55 inches of rain, and most of that fell in the first 10 days. So that leads us into the start of September. The 1st of September, we dropped to 39 degrees. We set a record low temperature, okay? But notice the high temperature. It was 79 degrees. So we had a 40-degree temperature swing between the early morning low and the afternoon high. That happens when the air is very dry. And we saw more of that for the first week of September. Every day, the swing between the early morning low and the afternoon high was 30 to 35 degrees, and it was still dry. No rain for the first part of September. So that leads us to what happened on September 9th of 1955. We hit a record high of 97 degrees. It was the hottest temperature for so late in the year, okay? That's the 9th.
So that'd be this coming Saturday.
Exactly. But look what happened on the 11th. Right before midnight, we dropped to 34 degrees and set a record low temperature. And on the 12th, we dropped to 31 degrees in the morning. That was the earliest frost we've ever had in Madison. 3 days after setting a record for the hottest temperature for so late in the season. So we go cold, and then look what happens after that. On the 16th, we're back up to 90 degrees. We missed a record high by 1 degree on that date. On the 17th, we did set a record high at 90 degrees. And on the 18th, we set another record high of 92 degrees.
So it freezes. Everything's dead. It's in the 90s.
Well, I don't think that probably killed everything, but it was just, you know, I mean,
it's tough to dress.
Yeah, when you see temperature swings like that, but really the only way that that happens is if you have very dry air, very almost desert-like, and you know we're in a drought right now, and so that's why we're seeing those big temperature swings between the you know, the early morning low temperatures. We've had temperatures in the 30s north of the Dells a couple of days ago, and then all of a sudden, you know, we're in the 90s for the weekend. So that can happen.
So
but,
are you going to say 90s may be coming back this year?
I wouldn't count it out, but you know, every day that goes by from this point on, I think the chances that we hit 90 degrees are pretty small. I think we've hit 90 into the middle part of October, so you know, it's not out of the question. But you know, again,
imagine dressing your kids for school those days.
39 in the morning,
90,
almost 80 in the afternoon.
They can learn about planning.
Plan ahead.
But you know, like I say, so you know, a lot of times when people say, "Oh, this is unusual," you know, that we had lows in the 30s and then highs in the 90s a few days later. Just about anything you can find in the record books, you can find something that was worse, and that was a really good example. That was a strange year.
I remember it well.
Yeah, 1955.
I was probably a fetus. I was born
missed it.
I was born in February '56, so I was around.
Yeah. What was that like?
I don't remember.
I was born in 1961, but I remember '55 very well. At least through the weather records.
Youngins, these two.
All right. Thank you, Gary.
You're welcome.
Gary.
Coming up next year on Live, before we take a trip back to 1983 to meet an 82-year-old Janesville man. He's quite a character.
Oh, can't wait. And then at 5, the bus woes continue in the Madison Metropolitan School District. Braden Ross will show us more.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale on now with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including all new power lift chairs and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
Travel, there is nothing like it.
Dancing is my passion.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
I was constantly itching.
Whatever I was doing.
Now I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community, independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
The spring could just break. Precision is there to help.
We have fully stocked vehicles to fix any problem you'd have that same day. And we are all over the Madison area.
You're just one phone call away from getting your garage door fixed today.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale on now with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home with Serta Queen mattresses from $2.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
New at 5, where the U.S. Secretary of Education paid a visit to a Madison school, what innovations she believes are being made in the education system.
As clouds move out, temperatures will rebound a little bit over the next few days. There'll be some showers from Sunday night through Monday and possibly into Tuesday, then dry weather returns later next week. At 5, I'll let you know how warm it'll get.
And ahead at 6, Madison School District families voice more frustration with busing delays. Hear from a grandmother who relies on the school's transportation for her students. That's tonight at 6. Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up in Kansas City, the site of tonight's NFL opener.
Beautiful day there, 83 degrees.
Not really football weather, but Arrowhead Stadium is filling up.
I bet they'll celebrate football season anyway.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will.
Well, the Rock County Aqua Jays are the most successful water ski show team in the world. Their season is over now, but they've been around for what seems like forever.
We checked them out back in 1983 and found one of the reasons for the Aqua Jays' success. Here's this week's Traveler Throwback Thursday.
Janesville's Aqua Jays amateur water skiing team has been around for over 25 years, and before that, since the 1940s, it was the Rock River Boat Association. And all that time, Roy Lenz has been here. Roy is retired from his plumbing job, so he has time to fix things up around the clubhouse and put his profession to use.
There's the hole. Don't say that's the hole.
But it isn't all work for Roy. He was one of the charter members of this ski club. They even give out the Roy Lenz Award now for outstanding achievement. Roy has always liked to ski, and just because he was born in 1901, that makes him, let's see, 82 now, Roy still likes to slip off his work clothes and change into his swimming suit. The cigar is part of the outfit.
You gonna ski with that cigar? Well, I always do.
Roy is some 65 years older than most of the kids in the ski show, but that doesn't keep him from performing a little. It doesn't hold him back one bit.
No barefooting the first time around.
The engines roar and off he goes. Roy doesn't do the standing on the saucer trick or the jumping through the flames trick like he used to, but he can still skim the Rock River like a pro, cigar and all. It's twice around the performance area before Roy comes in for a perfect landing, not even creating a splash.
It's like riding a bicycle. You once learn, and you never forget it.
But at 82, I mean, you still skiing?
Oh, that's nothing.
Still skiing shows. That's nothing to that, huh?
Well, you see what it is. Ain't on to it.
You don't think that's,
no.
You know, it's unusual?
I don't think nothing of it. Well, it gets in your blood. You can't get rid of it.
Roy went out for a second spin, cigar still smoking. And another perfect landing.
I hardly ever get wet.
He can't get wet, you see. That would put his cigar out, and Roy can't ski without his cigar. At 82, some habits are awfully hard to break. Mark Kane, News 3, traveling in Janesville.
Oh, I love Roy.
What a character.
How was that interviewing him and just seeing him? I'm gonna ski, but
kept going down.
Yeah.
Didn't get wet, but that's quite a character.
It
was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to meet him back then.
A big smile for that.
All right, it's time to get your pet questions answered. If you have a question for Dr. Carrie Donahue from Full Circle Holistic Vet Care, email us right now at tips@channel3000.com.
And Carrie is standing by. We'll get to your questions. Again, that email address is tips@channel3000.com.
Did you get hit with big energy bills this summer? You aren't alone, and we want to help. Because if your house was hot this summer, it's going to be cold this winter, and heating and cooling is by far the biggest energy user in your home. That's why our foam insulation is such a great investment. Our best offer of the year just ended August 31st. But to help you get ready for winter, we're going to extend it until September 22nd. When we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Known as a passionate artist, known for loving the outdoors, known for getting everyone together. No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is known to treat cancer, FDA approved for 16 types of cancer, including certain early-stage cancers. One of those cancers is triple-negative breast cancer. Keytruda may be used with chemotherapy medicines as treatment before surgery and then continued alone after surgery when you have early-stage breast cancer and are at high risk of it coming back.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
Keytruda is an immunotherapy and is also being studied in hundreds of clinical trials exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda could be right for you.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long time to find some relief. Cosentyx works for me.
Cosentyx helps real people get real relief from the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen.
I move so much better because of Cosentyx.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
It's time now for your first warn traffic. No incidents to report, but there are a few slowdowns, specifically on the 151 towards Verona, both eastbound and westbound, pretty slow at times. Also eastbound, there's a bit of a slowdown as you approach the 51, but it looks a little bit better towards the interstate. Also looking pretty good across the interstate, and there also is a few slowdowns within the downtown area, but nothing out of the ordinary considering the time of the day. Looking at the interstate, green in both directions down south towards Janesville, and also green in both directions up north towards the Dells. Looking at specific times, Beltline pretty good eastbound and westbound. Like I mentioned, there's a small slowdown on the eastbound, but not impacting times too much. And southbound from Sunbury to downtown also looking green at this time. And that's your first warn traffic. Back to you guys at the couch.
Jacob, thank you. A video captured 2 ostriches running amok through the streets of La Paz, Bolivia. Both ostriches ran in the almost empty streets of the Bolivian capital. The origin of the animals or whether they have been captured by the authorities or their owners is unknown. News flows slowly out of Bolivia.
They're running to Madison for the Iron Man. This is their training.
Dr. Carrie Donahue from Full Circle Holistic Veterinary Care joins us once again. Good to see you.
You too.
As you can see on the screen, we're taking questions at tips at channel3000.com because we still haven't gotten our phone fixed.
They're busy working on that. Get their hammers in there.
Pay the bill. Good to see you.
You too.
We do have one question that came in a little earlier. Connie wants to know, why does my cat want to lick my hands and or fingers? He's not biting, just sniffs and licks my hands.
Well, it's good he's not biting. But you know, one of cats' dominant senses is their sense of smell. And, you know, kind of smelling and licking and trying to figure out the world that way, that's a big way that cats kind of communicate. So I think the licking, that's just maybe a sign of affection.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to know with cats why they do these things.
I mean, dogs are kind of different. I mean, they're always sniffing. The cats are kind of weird. Speaking of weird.
Well, Gwen wants to know, so she has a 5-year-old cat that has a broken meow. He used to sound more like a tomcat. Several months ago, his meow changed to kind of a scratching, squeaky meow.
Too much smoking.
I guess, just like Roy. He's skiing and smoking. So there are no concerning signs otherwise. Eats well, no runny nose. But what's causing this?
Boy, that's hard to say. And, you know, it depends. Sometimes as animals get older, their voices can change and the meow can change. Hopefully there's nothing more than that. What I would say is just kind of keep an eye on it and not really worry too much about it. If it seems like it's getting to the point where the voice is completely gone, there could be something going on further down in the throat that you just can't see. So that, and you know, if combined with things like really not wanting to eat, lower energy, then it would be time for a vet visit just to have that further evaluated. Some cats that get thyroid disease and the thyroid glands are right there, and if those enlarge, then that could potentially affect the voice.
People's voice changes as they get older as well. All right, we want to know here, what's the best treatment methods for a hyperextended hock? Hock, is that something?
A hock, yeah, the ankle.
140-pound Lyme-positive Great Dane.
Oh my goodness.
Lots going on there.
There's a lot. And it's hard to say exactly why that's happened, if that is because of the Lyme disease diagnosis or if there is something else with the musculoskeletal system. Number one, of course, as you probably know and have done, is getting the Lyme disease treated with the antibiotic doxycycline. And if that's done, because that can affect the joints and the whole musculoskeletal system, that might make a difference. But that's what I would say to start with.
And the 140-pound is an issue as well.
Right, that's a big dog, so that's a lot of, you know, weight on those joints.
I have a question on behalf of some of my friends. They have a little French bulldog named Franck. He gets along with every other dog. For some reason, huskies, the energy doesn't mesh and he doesn't like those. So, you know, if a dog or a pet doesn't get along with a certain breed or they get really excited about it, how do you calm them down?
Boy, you know, I think the best thing that you can do is just distraction. You know, if you, like, say the little dog and there's a husky coming and starting to get either anxious, excited, even aggressive, just taking their mind off of it. And having treats on hand is always a good thing. If you can preemptively get them out of the mindset where they're starting to get worked up, that's the best thing to do.
And nothing against Huskies. I love them, but I'm taught the French Bulldog doesn't, so.
And we have another behavioral problem from Linda. She loves her dog, but starts barking as soon as 1, she heads to the door, and 2, he goes outside, and 3, he sees another dog walking their human. I've tried ignoring him. She has an anti-bark collar. Sometimes I loudly say his name and it works. He even barks at people he knows. Please help. He's a 3.5-year-old snoodle.
Okay.
So
yeah, and kind of the same sort of thing, and I've had to do this with my dogs too. Anytime that you know that he might start barking, try to preemptively get something to take his mind off of it, whether that is a treat or just calling his name, talking to him, petting him, something to get him out of that mindset. But the best thing, working with a behaviorist or a trainer, they're going to be the ones who can even go into your home, see your dog in these situations, and then try to help you to figure out what exactly you can do for your individual dog.
So calming down is one option, or maybe disciplining another. So probably a behaviorist.
Right.
All right, quickly, we have 30 seconds left. Going to be traveling for an RV for the first time with my dogs, wondering what type of CBD oil would be good for anxiety.
Oh, great idea to do the CBD oil for the anxiety. And I think getting CBD oil treats, and the dosing on CBD is 1 milligram per kilogram. And a kilogram is, what, 2.2 pounds? So you can try to kind of figure that out. It should have dosing on the label, though. But the CBD oil treats are nice and easy to give dogs.
Absolutely. And for people, too.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Carrie, thank you. Thank you for all the quick work on getting those questions in.
We did it.
We did it.
Yeah.
We'll see you in a month.
Okay, sounds
All right.
good.
Well, the final check your forecast coming up.
Fry Construction invites you to usher in the fall season with our exclusive fall sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our fall savings. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. During September, there is a 1 in 3 chance the lightning ball strikes a set of 2 plays on Megabucks. When it does, players get an extra number, which means better odds of winning a prize. Jackpot not included. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
You need to lend a helping hand when you wake up. Just know that we're always there.
Dean Health Plan by Medica, right here with you.
Tonight at 5, what the U.S. Secretary of Education paid a visit to a Madison school, what innovations she believes are being made in the education system. And hear from a frustrated grandmother on the Madison School District's new busing company. That's next at 5.
Get ready for an improved news experience. The all-new Channel 3000 News app is here. Experience a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now.
Here's one more look at your forecast. Tomorrow, we're going to see very nice temperatures with highs in the lower 70s, and we also are going to see a lot more sunshine tomorrow. For Saturday, it will be even warmer with even more sunshine with highs in the mid 70s, but then we are going to see some clouds roll into our area Sunday, and then late Sunday into Monday, we do have the chance for some rain, and we also may see some rain linger into Tuesday. Now, the temperatures will drop a bit again for the start of next work week, with high temperatures in the upper 60s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But then after that, we will see them rise again to the 70s. But in general, we aren't expected to see temperatures get very warm for the foreseeable future, with no 90s or even 80s in the forecast. So if you enjoy the cooler temperatures, well, you're going to get a lot of it. And obviously, with it being September, temperatures in general will get cooler and cooler. So we may have seen the last of the 90s and possibly even the 80s for the rest of the year.
Winter's coming.
I'm prepared. I don't want my face to get cold.
All right, thank you, Jacob. On the next Live Before, we'll preview the Wisconsin-Washington State football game this weekend.
And our canine correspondents, Louie and Oliver, have the top animal stories of the week on the News House.
Mark, a little help here? Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Feldco will be here for your home renewal needs. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest until 2025. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
If you have heart disease and are on a statin, lowering cholesterol can be hard. Diets and exercise add to the struggle. Today, it's possible to go from struggle to cholesterol success with Leqvio. With a statin, Leqvio is proven to lower bad cholesterol by over 50% and keep it low with 2 doses a year. Common side effects were injection site reaction, joint pain, urinary tract infection, diarrhea, chest cold, pain in legs or arms, and shortness of breath. Ask your doctor about twice-yearly Leqvio. Lower, longer Leqvio.
A 33-year-old woman has fenders and a new headlight installed on her bike, but the parts are badly designed and cause her to crash. She never walks again. She decides to hire Habish, & Rotier, and she receives $14.5 million. The Habish team negotiates with the headlight manufacturer in Germany, the fender company in Hong Kong, the fender designer in Madison, and the bike shop in Seattle. It is literally the opposite of one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
America, it's a 24/7 kind of place. And that's where Ford Escape comes in, the ultimate getaway vehicle. With available driver assist technologies like pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking, and Bliss with cross-traffic alert to help you get away from it all, even when you're right in the middle of it. You got this with Ford Escape. Choose FlexBuy on Escape and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $1,000 FlexBuy cash. Only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Memories matter.
I think the biggest thing I got out of my service in Vietnam was a real sense of patriotism. I'm very proud of what I did. I fought for you, and I'd fight for you again.
This September 11th, we remember, and we never forget those who sacrificed everything for our freedoms. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service, and we know that your memories matter.
In today's Final Touch, amazing and majestic creatures soaring through the sky.
And the intrepid artists that go to the corners of the earth to capture their image. Look at these breathtaking images from around the world that make up the cream of the crop of the 2023 Bird Photographer of the Year competition. More than 20,000 images from photogs of all ages were submitted for consideration across multiple categories, including bird behavior, birds in flight, black and white, and more. All are spectacular in their own right, but standout include this moonlight silhouette moment captured by a 17-year-old German kid who won for top young photographer, this magnificent monochromatic moment which won for best portrait, and a purple heron appearing to bite off more than it could chew, which nabbed the top comedy prize photo. But the overall winner honors went to this harrowing mid-air encounter in California, showing a peregrine falcon protecting its young by attacking a pelican more than double its size.
Aren't those amazing?
Amazing pictures.
Oh, love seeing those.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.